Yep, throws him off the scent and escapes. The Banshees will go on to harass the Zerglings. Dimaga starting to spread the creep with these creep tumors, which is a good idea because he needs to be able to move these queens quickly to other locations to back up his other units. The queen's the only units he has right now to deal with the Banshee threat. But it looks like we've got pathogen glands on the way, which means that, yes, there's an infestation pit on the field. So Dimaga will be getting infestors, and infestors can throw down fungal growth on those Banshees, and then also spawn some infested Terrans to take these Banshees down. Infested Terrans can shoot air, so maybe that's his response to these air units that are continually harassing them. Queen's here. There's no way you can get in there. No cloaks still for these Banshees, which is a shame. Oh, well, there is an Overlord on the field. That might just be a waste of minerals trying to get a cloaked Banshees right now. Banshees do stumble upon these Zerglings trying to take down the rocks. They are going to get a couple free kills before the Queen show up and chase them off. What do we got here? A Viking on the field taking down Overlords. And, uh-oh, I think these Banshees have stumbled upon another expansion from Dimaga. And they might force a cancel on this one. No, the expansion is going to come up. But if they don't do something, if Dimaga doesn't do something fast, these two Banshees are going to take down this expansion by themselves. He needs to get Queens out over there. The Queen's really slow off the creep, and the Banshee's taking a break to hammer away those drones. The Queens are going to show up in time to save this expansion, I think. Yes, yes they are. 3 Queens will be able to chase off 2 Banshees, but not before they get a couple more drone kills. I wonder how much harass these Banshees are doing and how bad it's hurting the economy. Not bad at all. 64. He's still way outnumbering his Terran opponent in terms of harvesters. So, yeah. MakaPrime is in danger of falling behind in the macro game here. Although, I think if we looked at the units lost tab, it would probably tell a different story. Because, yes, the Zerg player losing far more troops than the Terran player. But uh-oh, look out here. We've got an attack coming in, and it's going to be Marines backed up by siege tanks. Can they lure? Yes, they lure the forces into the siege tanks, but not for long. It looks like a good siege tank push with staggered siege tanks, and this could be trouble for Dimaga. But here we've got these infestors on the field, and here they come. Taking out these early Marines. Fungal growth going down on the Marines. The siege tanks getting hammered away by the Zerglings. Marauders coming in. More fungal growths going down. These Queens slow off the creep, and they need to retreat, get out of range of that siege tank. And all these Marauders and Stim Marines. And the Zergling force attacks again, trying to get rid of these Marauders and Zerglings. Infested Terrans now coming out, trying to spawn right next to these siege tanks. Here they are. They can handle air units, and they're very slow, but they're good against air units, and they're good against siege tanks because they can spawn right next to them. And he is going to need these infested Terrans to take down this Banshee. I don't know if he'll be able to do it. This one slow waddling infested Terran trying to shoot down this Banshee, and he takes him down. They simultaneously kill each other. Wow. That was an interesting battle. And it looks like this expansion is going to stand. Not a lot of health left, but it's still going. And now we've got centrifugal hooks coming out for the Banelings to speed up the Banelings, as well as ground carapace level 2 to make them stronger, so they'll be able to get in there closer. But MakaPrime not giving up his on these attacks just yet. He's sending in another force, 3 more siege tanks, a bunch of Marines, and a few Marauders. Gonna try and see what damage he can do here to Dimaga, his Zerg opponent. If nothing else, he'll be denying this expansion. And here are 2 Marines. Oh wow, fungal growth and Banelings. Not good news for those Marines. They are all going to die in a hail of acid and fungus. Not good. Wow, MakaPrime really wants him to come in range of this siege tank over here. And oh no, a secondary force from Dimaga comes in, surrounds the siege tank. Gonna take down this other siege tank. Fungal growth's going down. Infested Terrans being spawned. This is huge trouble for MakaPrime. He's gonna need to fall back, but he can't because fungal growth is holding all his troops in place, except for this small detachment of Marines and Marauders. Finally, the fungal growth wears off. These infested Terrans spawning, and he needs to run away as quickly as possible. Fall back to these fortified positions. Yes, units jumping in the bunker. He's going to try and hold here. Will Dimaga press forward?
No, I wasn't looking here. That was his own.
And oh, these infested Terrans are going to... well, they were trying to take down this medvac, but then they decided to kill themselves, realizing what they had become. They put the gun in their own mouth, and that's the end of the infested Terrans. The tank was dangerously close to those Zerglings, but it looks like... oh, just out of range. Look at that Zergling just out of that tank range. Good placement by Dimaga. And this Terran wasn't paying attention. That little Marine got taken down by a Zergling, hero Zergling, who kind of ran in the middle of two Marines there and was able to take one of them down. And that Viking's still just chilling out there. It should be patrolling looking for overlords, but probably scared it's going to run into a queen or something, so it's just on patrol right now, and it is very injured. And it's going to get fungal growth, and that fungal growth will probably kill it. Yep. So much for that guy. Look at how fast those infestors are on the creep. Off the creep, it's a different story, but on the creep, they're pretty quick. We got a drop force coming here and a drop force coming here. Looks like he's trying for multiple drops on his Zerg opponent, but wow. Dimaga just all over it with those fungal growths and infested Terrans. Those infestors really doing a good job. This drop is going to do nothing. Let's see how this drop does. And this drop might fare a little better. Oh, running into the Spore Crawler, not a good idea. That Queen doing its best to take down the medvac. That medvac's going to be forced to retreat. It didn't even get to drop off its forces. Meanwhile, though, making use of the distraction that the drops caused, he's going to seize this gold expansion and try and get his economy back in this game. But a little creep highway sneaking up to this expansion going to give Dimaga very fast access if he wants to run in here and charge this expansion. He will have to deal with this siege tank and these forces back here, but if he did choose to attack, he could... I'd say right now he could probably overpower this. If nothing else, he could run the Baneling straight at the orbital command and take that down. But it looks like instead MakaPrime will be going on the offensive. And he is going to siege up and try and take out this gold expansion for Dimaga. And his troops falling back now. That siege tank deployed way too close. It's going to get taken out very easily. These dropships are going to go down. This one siege tank looks like it might survive. No, getting surrounded by Zerglings and taken out by Roaches and Zerglings. And this last detachment of Marauders going down. If he could get a fungal growth on these dropships, he could take them down too. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen. A lone siege tank comes out here, easily gets surrounded and taken down. A second siege tank up here, at least getting into siege mode, but Zergling's taking that one out too. Zergling's just plowing through these siege tanks. Fungal growth holding the troops in place. This medvac's doing their best to heal, but I don't know if MakaPrime's going to be able to hold off this attack. This is a lot of forces coming in for Dimaga, and this infestor, getting way too close to those Marines. The infestor goes down, but more Zerglings running in to take out these siege tanks, take out these Marauders, and a bunker being thrown down here by MakaPrime. He knows he needs to get some static defenses up in order to deal with all these Zerg forces. It looks like he's going to hold for now. Oh, but two Zerglings in the back of this gold mineral line, and this Marine Marauder force is going to be able to push back that those pesky Roaches. It looks like Ultralisks on the way, though. 4 Ultralisks on the production tab for Dimaga. Those are going to cause some serious trouble if he can get them into this expansion. Oh, here they are. We've already got 3 Ultralisks on the field with Zerglings and Banelings. This is a very threatening force right here. Ultralisks with Zerglings and Banelings. I don't know how MakaPrime's going to deal with this. Whoa. 4 Ultralisks. And a bunch of Zerglings running in now, going to try and take out this expansion. That's a lot of Ultralisks. They are slow off the creep, but they are doing a lot of damage to these Marines and these tanks. One of the Ultralisks goes down, and MakaPrime GG's. So that's it for Game 1 between these two competitors. Stay tuned for Game 2. Hey guys, thanks for watching. This is Dave with Mahalo Video Games once again. If you guys have any requests for replays you want casted or questions or comments, go ahead and send those over to requests@mahalo.com. Alright, thanks again.